I didn't look up for I'm sorry! Hold on, I'm not locking it. I gotta lock it. So this is the Poppy battery fling. Essentially, this skips having to open the door and walk up the steps in the battery room. Now, I don't have a complete grasp on how this works. This is my first time trying something like this, and I'm not super into like game code and stuff. So all my research has just come from trial and error, just spending multiple hours running into the box trying to figure out why sometimes I get flung up. My research may be inaccurate or explained poorly due to lack of knowledge with this type of stuff, so bear with me. I think I have it narrowed down to a few things that need to happen in order to get flung. The things I think matter are the angle the box is in when you run into it, and the area you run into the box. The angle of the box is the thing that's hardest about this, because I don't actually believe the box moves consistently with being pulled. I will show off a few clips here so you have a general idea of what I'm trying to explain. The spot you need to run into is about right here. I'm not quite sure how lenient it is, but I usually aim for right here. Now I have a kind of reliable way to get the skip. It has a few more steps and a rough lineup. The added steps are the way your hand is facing on the box when pulling it towards you, and your hand's position on the box. For my setup, you need your fingers pointing down when pulling the box towards you. You get it there by either standing somewhere here and grabbing this part of the box, or pulling the box towards you and grabbing about here. Obviously for this you only have one hand, so you use the first method, but for testing purposes the second method mentioned is easier. There seems to be a sweet spot on the box, which is around here. You need to grab the corresponding side with the hand you use. But I've gotten it in a few different hand positions, but this one seems to be the most accurate. As I mentioned before, this is insanely inconsistent for my testing, so please do your own testing with this. Both getting the fling and where it actually flings you are both completely random as far as I know. But I've got a mess set up in the battery room. It's not completely consistent, but it seems reliable enough to use in runs. I recently got in a run where I got a 618, and my PB before the skip and hyperspeed hallway was a 640, so it's definitely faster if you have to jump down. Still not faster than Mythic Batters unless you get maybe god tier luck. Now to actually perform this, you start by grabbing the box, then going to the other side of it so you're about here. After you hit W, shift, and pull at the same time without moving your mouse, and if everything lines up, you should fling upwards. But that's all the information I have, so feel free to DM me or leave comments on the video if you got anything to add or any questions. Again, I'm not great with this kind of stuff, and it's my first time doing something like this, so sorry if I explained it poorly. Most of testing and attempts were done off stream but recorded, yet a bit of testing and most successful runs were done on stream. That's all I got for you though, so if you choose to test it and figure anything else out, let me know. I'm super interested if there's a consistent way to make this happen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be.